Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, it's time to watch some early 70s sex drama thing. It's called The HARRAD Experiment. Let's check it out. This is Dean Tennyson. He and his wife run HARRAD College.
If you don't already know it, my name's Philip Tenhausen. This is my wife, Margaret, and on behalf of both of us...
Margaret's played by Tippi Hedren.
Welcome to HARRAD. I'm very happy to see that you've all, most of you at any rate, embarked on an adventure into the unknown. In technical language, it would be called a controlled group experiment in premarital relations. But in real language, simple language, is that we're going to be exploring ourselves.
Has my roommate called or anything?
This is Sheila, played by Laurie Walters from 8 is Enough.
I'm sure he's on the way.
Well, do you think something's happened? Like he changed his mind or something?
Sheila, he wouldn't do that. We expected some of the girls to change their minds, maybe, but not the boys.
It's co-ed roommates here.
Oh, yeah,
Here's Bruno Kirby. He plays Harry.
Okay.
And this is his roommate, Beth. They're meeting each other for the first time.
You want me to leave? Leave? Could I? No, I want you to stay.
No.
Here we meet Stanley, played by young Don Johnson.
They don't go to school up there. I know what they do up there. What do they do up there? Do you know they hold the adult night classes? I'm figuring to improve myself. Of course, it probably takes a pretty stiff requirement to get in.
Here Stan and Sheila meet for the first time. He's finally made it to school.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. You're Sheila Grove.
Yes. You Stanley Cole? Nice to meet you.
To the concept of exercise.
Apparently they have nude exercising here.
Fact, the Latin principle of in concordiam mentis et corporis is quite valid. But I think the requirements that all exercises be performed in the nude is dictatorial, to say the least.
Well, I think we should learn to view our bodies without embarrassment.
That's
without
Wilson
any
and his
Victorian sense of
roommate,
guilt
Barb.
or modesty.
Oh, come now.
Shown.
And sure enough,
Okay, everybody ready?
nude
Taking all
yoga.
the energy.
Can't really show you any of this.
Take a deep breath, slowly, slowly.
Hate,
Tippi
jealousy,
Hedren again.
possessiveness, feelings of inadequacy, some forms of guilt, destructive attitudes that we have come to accept as being normal.
I think we all agree with that and have gone beyond it to some extent, or we wouldn't be here.
An exercise.
Okay. Beth wants to leave Harry and move in with me. We were going to talk to you about it later, but I thought for the purpose of the exercise...
God damn it now, she didn't even give me a chance.
Look, Harry, I know this isn't the time, but man, you kept after me.
I even saw you smiling at her.
Hold it, everybody, hold it. Thank you, Stanley. Very well done.
Harry, it was all part of the exercise.
Right.
But how did you know to say that?
That
Sheila's
like a
inexperienced.
girl who makes it right away.
She's not sure she wants to
Yeah, find
get
a guy.
into sex quite yet.
Do you think maybe we could wait till it's right?
This isn't right.
Dr. Tenhausen thinks relations with strangers are unsatisfactory.
So Stanley makes the moves on Barb, Wilson's roommate.
When will Wilson be back?
About an hour.
Wilson does return early though, before anything happens.
I can only assume, Stanley, that you think what you're doing is only in keeping with the spirit of HARRAD,
He came in to talk about marketing.
and that I am expected to embrace that spirit and feel only joy.
You're trying, Wilson, and that's the important thing.
I have always been a man of peace, but I am still a man of honor.
Stanley and Sheila go skinny dipping.
If you stay this close to me, you're going to turn me on. I'm not going to go for running around nude here, but I don't think anybody's been in the pool yet.
More time. That's
Harry and Bruno
I know
join
exactly
him.
how she feels. naturally, I'm over it now.
Harry and
But at first
Beth.
I had the damnedest notion that with all these naked girls walking around, that I might just get a little worked up and maybe, stick out, you know? Yeah.
Pretty soon everybody joins them.
Good boy, you.
Start moving with him. You jump right in and take your chances.
Lori might be falling for
What if it never
Stanley.
happens?
Well, so what? So what if it never happens? Then it never happens. If I'm not right, then you can find somebody else. It's no big thing.
My friend will be back any minute.
Stanley and Sheila go out to eat,
That's your friend.
and they meet a pervy guy who
It brings a girl like you to a joint
wants
like
to
this.
pay her for sex.
Orders cheeseburgers. Let me show you what a good time is really made of.
Please, Mr. Bauer.
Sydney, I didn't get finished. Run along, Sonny. We're talking business.
All right. Let's talk business. You want the girl, right?
He knows she was a hair girl.
$50. And I like that kid.
Why should I deal with you?
I could make trouble.
Let's get your purse.
So they get the $50,
Get in.
and then they take off.
You son of a bitch, I'll break your back!
Eventually, Sheila decides it's time to sleep with Stanley. And take a bath with him.
Here's some more hot blood.
How are you and Stanley getting along? This weekend was the turning point, I think.
It was?
Oh, you were away. Didn't Beth tell you what happened?
Yeah.
Stanley and I are closer now than ever. I think I'm really beginning to see what Harrod means.
I acted when Beth told me about her and Stanley.
Stanley
Of
has a
course, you guys did
secret.
bend the rules for them. After all, there is that 1 month thing.
Sheila doesn't know about it yet, though.
I don't understand.
Beth and Stanley were together.
What about Beth and Stanley getting together?
Stanley?
I was going to tell you about it tonight.
How many other girls were there?
There weren't any of them. There was one. Barbara. And then I didn't do anything because Wilson walked in on me.
They all go out to comedy club, and then
Okay. Is that the school where the guys have girls?
uncredited
roommates?
cameo. That's
Yeah.
Fred Willard.
When I was in school, my roommate was a shot putter
Oh, is that right?
and a streetwalker.
With another partner, possibly 2 or 3 or 4. Now, we happen to believe that that is not only possible, but absolutely necessary. Now, we all know, I think every one of us, that a human being has to have another person.
So Sheila and Stanley are playing badminton with the Tennysons.
Honey, you all right?
Yeah, fine. Thank
And
you,
it
sir.
appears that Don Johnson is now lusting after his future mother-in-law.
12 years.
12 years.
Yes, a few years later, this
each other
became
all that
his
time.
mother-in-law.
Why do you want to know?
You're a very attractive lady.
And you'd like to add me to your list of conquests? Well, then turn all the lights on.
So she says, okay, you want me? Take me.
No, I can't think of a better way to exemplify the real freedom of Harrod. Come on, Stanley, get those clothes off. No, I'll let you do this. That's the way we do it. I'm thinking this is going to be a sexual gymnasium.
She wasn't serious.
Lovemaking to you is like a stallion mounting a mare. Stanley, real people make love with their minds and their understanding, not just their bodies.
Stanley decides to leave school.
You'll do it on your own. I'm not going to be your alibi, Stanley. I'm not going to expel you.
But he has a change of heart and decides to come back.
Stanley. Hi.
Hi, Stanley.
Anyway, he's accepted back. They get into some hippie crap.
Zoom.
And all is well in the world again. Until the sequel. Okay, let's talk about the HARRAD Experiment. This was actually a book, a little book before it became a movie. It came out in 1973. Apparently they filmed it in 1971. I'm not sure. Stars Don Johnson. Bruno Kirby's in it. Tippi Hedren, who became Don Johnson's mother-in-law at some point a few years later. Turns out Melanie Griffith, Tippi Hedren's daughter, met Don Johnson on the set of this. She was 14, he was like 22. They started dating. It was a different time, I guess. And they got married soon after, and then they divorced about 8 months after that. And then they got remarried again in the 80s, and then they divorced again in the 90s. So anyway, the movie itself is kind of captures that generation of the early 70s, late 60s flower child. It was a free love era, and this college, HARRAD College, is putting together a program where men and women are cohabitating with each other as roommates, and they just talk about sexual liberation, and they want them to have sex with each other and perhaps switch partners and have sex with others. It's kind of just a free love kind of college thing, although they try to put a little spin on it so it's not just a whole sex thing, but I don't know. That's really what it is, right? Lori Walters is also in this. You may remember her as Joni on 8 is Enough. There's a lot of nudity in this movie, a lot of full frontal nudity for male and women. Don Johnson is completely nude in this movie as well. If you ever want to see Don Johnson's penis, this is the movie to watch. The movie itself, like I said, Don Johnson is kind of like, he's like this real pretty boy. He's a really pretty man in this movie. He kind of goes there, I think he's just in it for the sex, where everybody else is supposed to be in it for, to open their minds, expand their minds, whatever, right? Jesus Christ. And he's just there to have sex. And eventually, Tippi Hedren, the wife of the overall guy who runs the place there, calls him out on it, and he decides to leave. But then he comes back, and they all share a hug at the end, and everything's fine. There you go. Anyway, I have this movie on 2 DVDs. I have this one here with the sequel, Love All Summer, which is also called Student Union, which is how I had it on VHS, as well as also here called HARRAD Summer, but haven't seen that one in a long time, but I'll be watching that soon too. This DVD, I think, is the full version of the film. I'm not sure. Now, if you look on IMDb, they talk about several different versions of this. I have this on another DVD as well, with one of those 10-pack compilation deals where it's several minutes cut out of it. According to IMDb, the only uncut version out there is the 97-minute Wizard Video VHS version, which I actually own. I actually have that tape. If you want that tape, it's really expensive. On eBay right now, it's like $100, $120 if you want that. So, the long version is supposedly 97 minutes, even though that tape actually says 95 on it. This DVD runs 1 hour, 36 minutes and 40 seconds, I think, or 39 seconds. So round that up a minute or hour 37. I think this is the full version, but I guess I can't be sure. It's got all the nudity you could ever want. So what else could there be? I don't know. But there's a lot of DVD versions that are a lot shorter than this, 90 minutes, 88 minutes. This is the one you want, the one with the double feature with Love All Summer on it. The quality is, it's okay. It's not the best. I don't think it's a VHS rip though either, but it's decent enough. So anyway, that's it for this film. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. It's called The HARRAD Experiment, filled with nudity. Watch it. Bye.